Like froyo.
Froyo? No.
No,
Because
really?
they charge extra for the toppings, and like, it's at the end of the day, if I'm gonna eat something that has that much sugar in it, I'm just gonna eat fucking ice cream. Like,
No.
why? What is the difference?
Yeah, I never
It's
understood the difference.
It's like still delicious, but it's just not quite the same.
It's not quite the same, and you know what else is not quite the same?
What's that?
The real ice cream taste that I don't get from frozen fucking yogurt.
I'm not even like saying that you're supposed to get an ice cream taste because it's not meant to be like a substitute. It's just its own thing.
It's its own thing, but like that's the thing. If I'm gonna go for a sugary, cold, delicious, creamy treat that has that much fucking bad shit and sugar in it, I'm just gonna eat ice cream like a goddamn American.
And we are live. This is the fucking Brothers Podcast, and I'm Nathaniel Beauchesne.
And as always, I'm Alex Salou here with bad takes and bad news.
And I'm Nate Zakauskas here with flustering and
He's here. We're all here.
Mumbles.
We made it. And mumbles. But we got this, and we're fucking live, people. It's great to be back.
How come we've never called you Mumbles as a nickname? That's your new nickname, Mumbles.
How can it be mumbles when it's tiny?
That's true. You are tiny, but you're also Slate, so you're also now Mumbles.
But also
Someone made
Nate,
him
but
a
it's
name.
spelt N and then the number 8.
yeah, right. It's just we're wacky.
But also like Nader Tot.
There's so many play
No,
on
there's-
word you
there's
can
so
use with
many.
Nate's name.
See you later, Nader.
Yeah, but what happens if somebody calls you Nate?
It's fucking game over.
Not fucking cool, bro. Especially because like we hung out all the time. We were always around each other in school. So like they'd be like, ha ha ha, big Nate, little Nate, and I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
My name's not Nate.
I'm not Nate.
I'm Nate.
told
He's
you.
Nathaniel. We've had to go over this with like plenty of
Yeah,
people.
and then as soon as we'd get through that, I'd be like, look, I'm a reasonable guy. My partner here, not so much.
Even though it is my legal God-given name, I get really angry when people call me Alexander. Even if it's like a doctor, or they're like, call me at the doctor's. I was like, Alexander, and it's just like,
You're like, shut up, bitch.
it's like, I better be in trouble if you're gonna call me Alexander.
Would you prefer an Alex or an Al?
If I hate Al more than anything. If you call me Al, I lose my fucking mind.
What the fuck did you just say?
There's a very select group of people that are grandfathered into being able to call me Al, and they don't even call me Al. They call me Big Al. And for a while, it made sense. And then in the fucking 5th grade, I stopped growing. So, because for a
cigarette
fifth,
started.
yeah. Well, I mean, because I was a big for a 5th grader, but then again, I stopped fucking growing,
I was the tallest kid in the grade up until 5th grade.
and then it went downhill from there.
Everybody was always like, wow, you're so tall. But
I mean,
Doubt.
you and I are within like an inch of each other, so I feel you, bro.
over the past couple of years, I got to thinking, and I think I could have been taller if I hadn't got addicted to stuff.
Like
Really,
coffee.
or-
It was
yeah.
coffee that did it for you.
Because I had a sugar and caffeine addiction, and then I was fucking smoking at 13, 14. It stunted my growth.
That's what stunted my growth too, because like if you look at my little brother's got almost like not 5 inches, but he's got like 4 inches on me, at least.
Facts.
See, I was a good boy, and I just ate
And
a
you
lot
got
of mac and
big.
cheese
Yes,
and
well,
protein.
You're also from the gigantic part of the world historically, so
The people of the trees.
yeah, you fucking Polish Viking fuck.
Baltic.
Yeah, literally.
Berserker.
Other than that one tribe in Africa, you guys
Yeah.
produce the biggest people
Yes, sir.
I think this is the month I finally get my full picture of my...
of your DNA.
Yeah, I showed you what the 50% was, right?
I like you. We've talked about it, but you've never showed me like the actual results.
Bro, it
No,
was fucking wild. I'm going to try to get that up.
you're what? Irish or you're Scottish and English and
Scottish, English, Irish. There was some other stuff in
You're
there.
Brittany on a silver platter on your mother's side, basically, right?
There's some wacky ones in there, too.
Like what?
I think there was some Mediterranean ones in there.
Excuse
Also
me.
some Mid-Eastern ones. It was funky.
That is pretty funky. I'm
Yeah.
Middle Eastern. I found like so. I've always thought that I was Middle Eastern because like my whole life, my mom is clear cut Irish, Scottish, fucking first
I've
generation.
seen one of your uncles. You are Middle East.
No, no, I know. That's what I'm fucking saying. So, like, my whole life, I've always thought that we were, like, from that part of the world, but my dad has always been fucking super fucking adamant that we're just Italian. We're Italian and we're French. We're Italian and we're French. We're Southern French, so we're really tan from that, and we're Southern Italian, so we're really tan from that. And it's like, nah, dude, I took the fucking DNA test, and we are, like, the most percentage of anything that I am is fucking from straight up Jordan. Like, hold on, where's my phone? I'll fucking
Cradle
look
of
it up.
civilization.
Yeah, literally, dude. I'm from the breadbasket of the fucking world, and it's ridiculous. And when I tried telling him about it, like, he straight up didn't want to talk about it. He was like, "No, we're Italian. Those things lie." I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure I spit in a fucking tube and sent it to scientists."
Yeah, big facts. I'm gonna get my genoplate done too while I'm at it.
What the fuck is that?
That's the one where it's like, oh, okay, you might be sensitive to this type of food. You might have a bodily advantage with this food in your system.
This episode was brought to you by 23andMe. Give me some of that DNA money.
And here's a big fun fact for you. All that DNA is like shared networks and shit. So if you have like done your test with Ancestry, you can get your results for 23andMe and like genoplate and vice versa.
Wait,
Oh,
just
so they
transfer?
share. Oh, they share information.
Everyone's got one big DNA
So
bank.
they're already better than the fucking police departments that don't share information.
Yes, sir. You know it.
Crazy.
Yeah, isn't it? Science is fun.
That is a little weird.
All right, so I'm trying to pull up my ancestry thing. Give me a second. Where's my? Oh, there it is. DNA.
I know I'm like mostly Baltic, like 63%, and then like 17% Polish, Russian.
And you're 0% Italian, which you convinced us all. You were like, oh yeah, I'm Italian.
Well, I was convinced my whole life that I was Italian, kind of in a similar way, but like I was also like told I was Polish a lot.
Yeah, maybe it's that fucking Roman complex. People just want to say they're from fucking Italy.
The greatest empire of all.
All right, so looking at my DNA map, you have parent 1 and parent 2. Parent 2, we're going to start with because that's my mom.
Can you get a little closer?
Yep, sorry. Parent 2 is my mom, and she is 20% Scottish and 22% Irish. And that's it. So my mom is a 50-50 mix-up thing or whatever. So that makes me 20% fucking Scottish, and that makes me 22% Irish. My parent 1, who is my father, is 39% Levant, which is the region of Jordan.
I'm like 1% Levant.
Yeah, so, and then the other thing is I'm 10% Southern Italian. So you were 10% right, Bruce. Good for you.
Not bad.
And then I'm 1% Aegean Islands, but that probably just means we raped people down there.
I think that's what a lot of mine mean.
Yeah.
Like,
There's
the
such-
lower the percent, you can just assume that an ancestor you had either raped or assaulted someone, or they fucking moved down that way for a little while and one of their DNA relatives stayed, but not enough of them to keep fucking tracking it down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got a little bit of Spain and Portugal, and I'm
Yeah,
thinking
see, like-
those Crusades kind of found their way.
I was gonna say that doesn't make sense without the Crusades.
But I'm like full berserker pretty much. No, all right, so this is 100% of my mother, which is 50% of me.
Right.
So 26% England and Northwestern Europe, 23% Scottish, 18% Sweden and Denmark, 14% Norway, 9% Germanic Europe, 5% Ireland, 4% Wales, 1% Finland. But I'm like tanner than anybody else in my family.
All right, so yeah, by those standards, if I'm only 39% Levant, that means I'm only half of what my father is, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes Bruce 20% Southern Italian and fucking 60 or 72%
Well then,
yeah.
Bruce
So
was.
wrong.
yeah, right. Play my favorite sound, because these are his people. No, not that one.
What sound?
You know the one.
I don't know.
Allah, baby.
Oh boy.
These are what my dad's brothers look like.
You mean sound like?
Well, no, they don't sound like that, but
The last one at the end gets me.
like if you look at pictures of my dad and his siblings, my dad's the youngest and he's the most out of shape and he's also the shortest. Like my other two uncles are 6'1", 6'3", and my aunt's pretty tall too. But all three of them have jet black hair, which my father has too, but he has a buzz cut, so you don't really notice it. My uncle that can still grow hair has fucking the curliest Jewish fucking Jerusalem hair you've ever seen. And my aunt, his older sister, same fucking thing. They have the same haircut, and it's straight up Jew curls from Jordan. Okay?
So you're Jewish?
No, I'm not. I'm not Jewish, but like living in that part of the world, like they obviously have
Picked up some style.
well, not even style, bro. It's
Kind of
well,
integrated.
because being Jewish, you can be like the race and the religion. So like they've probably interbred with Jewish people, I would assume, right? Like Levant people. So like having
it's one
those
big cauldron.
yeah,
over
so
there,
so like having those characteristics are, you know, part of that culture now. So, but it's just straight up, it's crazy, and they're so tan.
Oh, they're so fucking tan.
Like I'm really tan for a white kid, but it's because my dad's fucking basically Muslim.
On the low.
Yeah, literally. But
Yeah, I got all
devout
the
Roman
Snow White
Catholic.
genes.
That's how the Crusades work. Kids, do your research.
So it seems like, based on what I know and what I've seen already, I'm half fucking berserker and half fucking French pirate.
Yeah, I mean, without knowing what your dad is, from what he's been told from his family history, it's just fair to assume that you're like a Canadian logger or a French pirate or something.
But then there's that whole, okay, what if my dad's not my dad? Then what? Then it gets interesting.
If your dad's not your dad,
Somebody owes me money.
I bet you you're fucking like,
Puerto Rican.
I was going to say some kind of Latin country, maybe from the Iberian Peninsula.
Maybe. Never been that far myself.
Because like when you look at your brother is blonde hair, blue eyes, and pale skin. You have almost black hair, pretty dark beard,
Yep.
dark brown eyes, and you're almost as tan as I am.
Yeah, so it's like, where have I been?
Yeah.
Where
What
am
have
I
you
going?
done?
Yeah,
Probably
literally.
south of the border.
Did my mother ever go to Mexico?
Yeah.
Like south of the border Mexico or south of
Yes.
the border South Carolina?
But like after my birth.
Are you sure? Are you not like
Unless
younger than you think you are?
I fucking might be. I think I'm reverse aging, honestly.
Like Benjamin Button.
Yeah, kind of like that. But I'm not gonna get to the point of diapers. This is it. I just keep aging back to a teenager. It won't
You grow a
stop.
little bit. Just a tease.
I still I think like I'm a 12-year-old. Like I still think the word poop is funny.
the word poop is funny.
Ah,
So are farts and burps.
Yeah, big facts.
Bathroom humor is still
It's
the
still
pinnacle of comedy, and I don't care what anyone says.
and it's better when they're grossed out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
when-
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do when you walk into a public bathroom and there's still a turd in the toilet?
How
Do you-
big?
It's a public fucking bathroom. People that shit in public bathrooms are animals anyway. So,
I've done it out of necessity multiple times.
I mean, everyone's done it. You would be a liar if you said
Yeah.
you've never pooped in public once,
I-
because at one point you were a baby and you shit your pants all the time.
I had to take a shit in the Smithsonian, and the bathroom was just like so piled up. So I finally found a stall, but there was no lock on it. So I just like went down to pull my pants down and just like take a piss first. And someone just like opened up the stall, and I got like way too scared
Bless you.
to keep on going. So I just kind of held the piss until I got back to camp that night.
You should have turned around and pissed on him.
And that's how you got so big. The piss made you grow.
The piss made you grow.
Yeah, I kept holding it.
I think the worst is like you go into a public bathroom or like you go into a porta potty or something and like there's a shit pile in every stall. And so you, as a result, out of necessity, you pick the cleanest one and you shit on a log and you're just pooping on somebody else's fucking poop.
I mean, I'd hope I can flush it first.
No, because some of them don't flush. They get backed up so much.
It's called a courtesy flush, you animal. You flush halfway through your poop so that doesn't happen.
I don't poop enough to need to flush twice.
Okay, well, I only poop like once a week, so I do.
Yeah, that's not good.
I know, it's really bad for me, but I've been like this my whole life. But to get back what to Nate was saying about pulling your pants down in a public bathroom, I have a story from my trip to Florida that I totally forgot to tell you guys about. I saw my first real life glory hole while I was fucking driving home from Florida at a fucking rest stop in South Carolina. I forget which one it was, but they were fucking bolted back up. But there were it was the middle stall. There were only 3 stalls in the bathroom and then 2 fucking urinals. But the middle stall had glory holes on both sides of it, so that you. I took pictures of it, but they're like they're blocked up, but you can clearly see that whoever put them there already started trying to reopen them. So
Oh my god.
Glory holes are one of the funniest fucking things.
dude,
I think I saw my first one at the Palladium in Worcester. And that's the same place that I was offered crack for the first time.
that makes a lot of sense. It's the
Absolutely.
Palladium.
Yeah, dude, but like glory holes they're funny as fuck.
Dude, because you see one and
You're
you
like,
look
no,
around and it's like,
yeah.
there's no way
There's no
somebody
way.
fucking did that
There's
here.
no
and then
way.
you're like, someone totally did it there.
That's fucked.
That's
Sorry, dude.
And we're live.
Yeah, we're back. I just had to like snap a cable further into Nathaniel's mic.
I mean, we've been hearing you through the headphones, so I think it picked up everything you've been saying.
Fucking maybe.
No, yeah, your bars have been moving. I just didn't want any further problems to occur.
You fucked
Yeah, maybe-
with me for the last time.
Maybe you should stop being such a goddamn idiot and learn how to set up your equipment.
Clearly, I was fucking stupid and wrong in this
is episode
situation.
6.
We were trying to get
we're
through
not
glory
together.
holes.
You just pissed off fucking Sergeant.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the fucking whip and chain after this. I'm
That's right.
fucked.
There's gonna be plenty of notes after this
No,
episode.
big facts. Nate's got a fucking gun to my head right now, telling
no.
me to correct it.
But
We-
no, back to glory holes.
Back to glory holes, but back to like we should start bringing guns on the show, like Nerf guns, so we can just fucking pop
Shoot
each other. You
when,
know?
yeah, right.
Every bad
that'd be
opinion
fun.
warrants a
Yep.
dart to the head.
Oh man, I missed the Nerf guns.
Me too, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that was the most fun I had in that 3-week stretch.
Yeah.
I know it took way too long in my lifespan to have a Nerf war, like to be 21 and shooting my friends all around the house.
All
I
right.
wish I could do that
So
at
for
14.
reference, when we all lived together, like a year ago, when I moved in a little later than everybody else, and when I moved in, I introduced the idea that we get Nerf guns to, have fun and shoot each other while we were walking through the house, like young men would do.
Naturally.
But some stupid fucking cunt that doesn't know how to have fun, who will remain unnamed even though they shouldn't be, decided that taking other people's property and hiding it was a responsible thing to do because they didn't like the Nerf wars and they could have simply just talked and communicated like a goddamn adult and we would have stopped having the goddamn Nerf wars because we're all reasonable people.
Until you take away our guns.
Until you take away our
You know,
fucking
I was pretty
guns.
pissed.
Yeah, what was fucked is that we were in a month stretch of just coming home and shooting each other and waiting for one another and surprising one another. It was a war. It was a fun time.
The fact that he took my Nerf gun meant he went into my room and took my shit, and I should have fucking hit him, and I didn't because I needed a place to live. But then I was so fucking sad when you all told me you were proud of me for not hitting him because that meant I could have fucking hit him and gotten away with it.
No, absolutely not.
No.
I regret having roommates in the first place. If I could go
Yeah.
back in time, I'd live with my parents
Yeah, I
continuously.
could have saved so much money.
So much money,
Yeah.
so much stress.
Well, I mean, I didn't live there that long, but I needed to live there, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you lived there.
Yeah, that little stretch we had was definitely fun, and I think we should bring the Nerf guns back. And I think that for future content, we're going to be shooting each other for the viewers' entertainment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nate's gonna get it.
I got shot in the eye 6 times during the war. Yep.
We bought so many bullets.
So many.
I have
bullets.
everything. Nothing got lost. Nothing got thrown away.
I
Nothing
love
got
you.
stolen. And I went out. And I was in the moment. I was at a yard sale. I picked up a double barrel Nerf shotgun.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it only shoots 2 darts at once, but God, is it worth it?
It's one of the off-brand Nerf
No,
guns.
it's a Nerf gun.
Oh, it's a Nerf gun?
The way you load it, it's just you feel like such a badass because it's a sawed-off shotgun, but of course it's yellow and orange.
Right.
Yeah.
God damn.
So do you remember the off-brand Nerf guns that were around when Nerf guns first came out? Because
Which
they,
one,
Like the
dude?
duck guns.
yeah, because they had a double barrel shotgun that had shells with it, and that thing was fucking
That thing
mint.
was so.
Do you remember when Nerf had shells?
No.
They made one shotgun in like the years 2010 to 2012 ish, give or take, and it was epic.
Yeah, I had stopped playing with Nerf guns by then, and then I picked them up in like
No,
2021.
Yeah, so I had a phase. I think I was from ages 9 to like 12. I was obsessed with Nerf guns. I would buy so many and just fucking. I had a fat arsenal because we used to do manhunt in the woods with those.
Yeah.
It was a fucking blast.
I feel like every young American man or boy has done that at once.
Woman, man,
Manhunt,
there
whatever-
is
whatever.
so much value in shooting one another in a peaceful manner.
That's why I love paintball. Go out to your
Yeah.
local paintball course and go play. It's a lot of fun and it's just a good time. Go shoot your friends.
Big facts.
I remember going to paintball at like 10 years old for one of my friend's birthday parties. And they just gave us the shitty like gun and mask if you don't own any equipment.
Yeah, paintball rentals are the worst. I
Oh.
worked at a paintball course and it was fucking bullshit.
I was just stumbling around the course, couldn't see a damn thing in my mask
Yep.
because it just kept fogging up. And I just got like zipped up in welts.
See, the place I worked for, it was only open on Saturday and Sunday. I worked at Fox 4 Paintball in fucking Hopedale, Massachusetts. It's since closed. I think it closed because of COVID. But so most I was a referee there, and like the refs worked there to play paintball. So if you refed on Saturday, it's because you played paintball on Sunday, and vice versa. If you worked on Sunday, it's because you played on Saturday. So I worked on Saturday and I tried to play on Sundays, but I didn't play all that often because I had other things going on in my life at the time. But when I did play, I hated that my mask would always fog up, and I refed in my mask and it was shitty. But we got a couple new refs that year, and the owner was like, he saw that a lot of us were younger kids because normally he had like full blown adults refing and stuff because that's just who he had working for him. But like a couple of the kids that like played there were like, I'll ref here if it means I get to play for free, because that was our deal. Like we played for free. All we had to do was buy our paint. And we got a discount on it because we worked there. So it made paintball super fucking expensive to play.
Big facts.
And so like it made it wicked affordable for us to play. So like a couple young kids started playing there, but we had shit equipment. So the owner was like, listen, don't get paid this weekend. If you don't get paid this weekend, instead of money, I'm going to give you a professional grade paintball mask, because he had a paintball store too attached to the field, and he sold all the paintball shit because we had a professional grade speedball court too, and like professional teams in Massachusetts would come and practice at our facility. So he sold professional equipment, and I got a fucking $600 mask for absolutely free.
God damn.
And then used it for half a season, quit that job because it was a horrible fucking job, and now I have a $600 paintball mask that I haven't used in like 4 years because I haven't played since then.
Overdue.
And I think we should all go play.
I
That
think
would be fun.
I think body cams so we can film it and do.
Absolutely.
I like capture game modes.
There's a course I've been trying to check out for years called Matt's Outback. I think it's in central Connecticut, if I remember correctly. And they're probably the biggest field around us. Other than that, we'd have to go to like Pennsylvania to play like
Facts.
the kind of games you want to play.
Airsoft would be fun too.
Would you guys want to go do like a paintball scenario down in Pennsylvania for some content? Because every year they do a D-Day reenactment down in Pennsylvania, and I'm talking like 6,000 people go to this event and play. And it's like you get shot, you go back to home base and regenerate, and you camp for the whole weekend, and you camp with your unit and shit. You treat it like you're at D-Day.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Those reenactments get insane, like the Civil War one.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way for young men to channel their warful energy
Mhm.
without actually harming another human being.
Or jujitsu, you know.
Yeah, one of the two, you know.
It's like that American Dad episode where they're all.
Oh
on the
my,
golf
that's my
course.
favorite episode of American Dad.
Popcorns are grenades.
All right. What's better? American Dad or Family Guy?
I've said it a million times, but American Dad. And it
Yeah,
always
I
has
agree with
been.
you.
Always. Like Family Guy was good when it came out, but
Yeah.
it fell off quick, and American
Mhm.
Dad stayed consistent, I feel like.
Absolutely, it did.
Family Guy always had my heart, but the recent years, like all the censorship that had to happen over the years.
It's not
just-
even that did it for me with Family Guy. It's the fucking cut scenes that they do. What the fucking what are they called?
They were funny when it started.
They
It's
were
like,
funny when,
Remember when?
yeah, they were funny when it started, but it's just like so much
It's the show.
now. Like they rickroll people with those now. Like,
Yeah,
are you fucking
facts.
serious?
I just feel like a lot of the animation shows that are out right now, especially the ones that have been running for so long, aren't great anymore. Simpsons, not good anymore.
Not good at all.
Was prime for like 15
Oh no.
seasons.
Yeah, no. That's not what I was saying. Like
Yeah,
not good at all anymore.
And just, even American Dad, not as good as it used to be. Family Guy, not even close.
I still love Roger though. Like
Yeah,
I want to
dude,
get a Roger
so
tattoo.
fucking funny. Oh my, Klaus is great too, though.
I love
honestly,
Klaus. Do you remember when Klaus gets a body for an episode? It
yeah.
was a good one.
And Stan's boss, played by Patrick Stewart.
Oh, dude,
is the
I
funniest
love it.
character.
I love it.
The whole thing is so well done. Yo, Jeff.
Jeff is a great character. Sinbad, the koala.
Oh shit.
What's his name? It's not Roger. Fucking Roger's the alien. It's not Steve. Whatever.
You get the point.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He fucks Stan's daughter. Anyway, enough about cartoons.
Yeah,
What-
you guys see that all the original Power Rangers are getting back together for a Netflix special?
Because one of them died?
No, I think it was at 30 years, I believe. It's the anniversary.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be getting together for 30 years if one of them hadn't just died.
I don't disagree with that.
One of them just died and they were like, shit,
But
man.
I think it was announced before his death.
Wait,
Was
what
it,
Ranger?
though?
I think.
What Ranger?
What Ranger died?
Yeah.
Tommy,
The White Ranger.
the White Ranger.
Oh,
He was
wasn't
also
the most
the
powerful.
he was also the Black Ranger and the Red Ranger at one point. But
Yeah.
you know.
That's a fact.
And
I
I think he
never
was a
watched.
Green Ranger too. But he's been a Ranger for a while.
yeah, big fact.
But he's the original White Ranger from the original Power Rangers movie.
God damn.
Yeah.
I-
With the goo man. Do you know what I'm talking
the
about?
Ooze guy?
Yeah, Ooze.
Yeah,
Or was it Dr.
It was like
Ooze?
Dr. Ooze and he was selling
Nate,
weed.
can you pull up the original Power Rangers movie trailer, please?
I was such a Power Rangers kid. Power Rangers were great.
Dude, that was the only Power Rangers I ever watched. I didn't watch the original or like the other ones. Me and Haley watched the movie The Page Master the other night, and the Power Rangers movie was a commercial on the Page Master movie
That's fucking wild.
on the VHS that I had from a kid, and that's why
You
I
guys
remember-
watched it on VHS?
No. We like rented it on Amazon, but
Oh,
like when
okay.
I had the Page Master as a kid, the Power Rangers movie was one of the pre-movie commercials for the Page Master movie.
It's bringing back so many memories.
I don't think we can play this.
Oh, probably not, right?
No, it'd be bad.
Go, Power
Yeah,
Rangers.
this guy.
Yeah, Dr. Ooze.
This motherfucker.
Spawning all those purple men. Yeah, I never really watched the Power Rangers.
You didn't miss much.
You did, though.
Yeah, it's debatable.
Well, he's the one that died.
Him right there.
I had such a thing for the Pink Ranger. Still do.
It was always the Pink Ranger.
I mean, usually I had a thing for the Yellow Ranger, too.
Because you like Asians.
She wasn't always Asian, though. Not in every
wasn't
variation.
always. She wasn't
Just
always.
a lot of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Just like the black guys, normally the blue or the green ranger.
I've seen Black Red Rangers.
Of course you have, because you've watched modern day Power Rangers.
Yo, this movie was on some next level shit. Like, look at this. Look at the effects.
That's a good point.
Wow, they even got like base uniforms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lego Ninjago, baby.
Yeah, they really took it full spin. And you got to keep in mind, this is what spun like 30 plus seasons of all different variations.
Wait, there was no show before this?
No, dude, this is the Power Rangers movie.
I'm pretty sure the movie came out, or maybe the show came out. I don't know. But you look at that. That's the Megazord forming. Fucking epic.
God damn.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, maybe the show did come out. Can you pull up the? I know we can't play it, but can you pull up the trailer for the? Is this the movie?
Yeah, this is the movie.
Okay, all right.
And I think Mighty Morphin came out like as a show before it was a movie.
Yeah. See.
Go Power Rangers.
Boo, doo, 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 doo.
Type in show. So the show came out in 93.
Yeah, and the movie came out in 95, so the show did come first.
Yeah, look at this. This is peak entertainment. Imagine you're 5 years old. These are my role models.
Fucking Megazord, bro.
Dude, imagine this. You take 5 Zords and you combine them. What do you get?
A Megazord.
A Megazord.
Imagine just having a Zord to begin with.
It's a dream come true.
Did you?
Fuck having a Pokemon. I want a Zord, bro.
Yeah, big facts. These guys, those goons.
Did you guys know that like all the parts where they're maskless is just filmed in America, and then like all the action scenes are from a different show from Japan?
I mean, that makes sense.
You're telling me this show was inspired by the Japanese?
No,
That's
you're
crazy.
all the action when they're in their suits. That's from another show, like a Japanese show.
Called Power Rangers?
Not Power Rangers.
What's it called?
Where do you get this information
I know I
from?
watched something like
All right,
this.
well, pull up that false fact, please.
Yeah, you got conspiracy theories for days.
You're about to change Nathaniel's childhood.
Yeah, if I'm wrong about something, I'm going to be mad.
Nate, do you remember the Teletubbies?
Yeah.
Do you remember the baby son?
Yeah.
That's the worst part about the show.
Do you know that you're so old now that the baby from Teletubbies has a baby, Nate?
Yep.
That's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like 26 or something.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Yep.
They're all getting so old. So is this a show? For any of you not in the know, Power Rangers is not a wholly original show. No way, you may cry. Wait, don't go off into the desert of despair. Let me explain. Power Rangers takes much of its battle footage from a Japanese program called Super Sentai. Every year since its inception, they've used footage and even some plot lines from the Japanese program to varying degrees of success. Sometimes the adaptation works, and sometimes, well, we'll just get right into it.
Well, we're
Well, you were
probably
right.
not going to get right into it, but
Yep, you were right. I was wrong. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact.
I wasn't trying to prove you wrong. I was
but
just trying to tell you like
who's
a
to
cool
say that
fact.
fucking Seamus Kelly is right about that? Who the fuck is he?
He did some research. I don't
Okay.
know, I watched
Well,
like a video.
Oh, that's a
YouTube
good point.
video.
If somebody did research, that must mean that it's right.
I don't know. I watched a couple of YouTube videos on this. It seems to be right.
Yo,
So
how
for somebody who's never watched Power Rangers, you sure
spent-
are
yeah.
curious about it.
I just watched
or
these
is that it? You just watch things debunking the Power Rangers.
Fuck you, Nate.
You're
I
so
like
convinced.
debunking your childhood.
You're so convinced that the Power Rangers are a waste of time.
They're
You
not
gotta-
as
you gotta-
magical as you thought. They're actually all shit.
magical was never the
Nate.
word I
like
used. It was
fucking basketball.
Ooh, I think sports are cool when you literally could form a giant robot with 5
I
different
used to
robot
watch
animals.
cartoons. I used to have a good time
It's
before
fucking-
all the sports.
No, I used to watch cartoons
I'm
too,
Nate.
but like
I like
live action
fucking
kid shows,
cartoons.
Power Rangers, the fucking Zords.
Yeah, I used to
You
watch
missed out
Cartoon
on-
Network's The Outsiders.
You
that
missed,
reality
yo,
show
that,
they started.
That show was bad.
Yeah.
You know what show was really good though that came from that live action Cartoon Network era? Tower Prep. It got one season. My family was obsessed with it. All
It was
4 of
so
us
stupid.
were like, "Yo, this is great. What's going to happen next?" And then they canceled it.
Yeah. No, they had that ghost show, the roller coaster show. They had Dude, What Would Happen?
I remember, dude, what would happen? Yo, they had Destroy, Build, Destroy with
That was
Andrew
the craziest
WK.
shit they brought to the table.
Dude, that was wild.
I know it's Nickelodeon, but what about fucking the Temple of Doom or whatever the fuck that show was called?
One of my childhood dreams was to participate on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Thank you.
I was always thinking though they should redo it, make it for adults, and make it more dangerous. Like you could
Like-
die.
Well, I mean, nobody's gonna put that on TV.
You just fall
Not with
into a wood
kids, no.
chip.
Not with children, but not with adults either. That's just a liability, asshole.
That's what you say.
If they made it like Wipeout, it would be understandable. But, and I feel like that's what it is. It's Wipeout.
I just feel like high stakes game shows is what TV's missing.
This isn't Japan.
But like high stakes.
This isn't
I think
Squid
Japan has the
Games.
highest stakes.
What do you guys think of Squid
I
Game?
didn't watch it.
No, I
I
actually
understand the premise through memes, but
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I liked it. It's just like you could see the ending like a mile away. What was gonna happen?
Could you? I watched it in Korean. I didn't anticipate that.
You couldn't tell that in Korean.
Fuck
I
you
knew it
for
would
watching
just
it
be
in
the-
Korean.
It felt more natural.
I bet.
It would
It
just.
was enjoyable.
I knew it would be like. Well, I didn't know it was gonna be just 2 at the end, but you can kind of tell it was just gonna be like a final battle.
well, you
between
knew-
him and the best friend.
Well, you knew that part of it was coming, but everything else, like the inner plotting and shit,
yeah, it was kind of crazy.
it was. It was. You didn't see that shit coming.
No, I like the whole. It's a high society and like all those old
Yeah.
dudes.
What's a show, new or old, that you guys think doesn't get enough credit?
There's so many.
I don't know. I haven't been
Not
watching.
that's a bad question for the parameters. Like, doesn't get enough credit of being like, you know how everyone on the face of the earth is like Breaking Bad is the best show ever. but I can think of like 4 other shows that are just as good, if not better than Breaking Bad. I'm not saying that Breaking Bad's like a bad show. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't think it's the greatest TV
Is
show
this
of all
just your
fucking
way of
time.
sneaking in like some Breaking Bad shit talk.
No, not even. I'm trying to get your guys' opinion on like what other shows are out there that you feel like people are sleeping on and not giving the recognition it deserves.
I haven't been watching too many shows.
I feel like a lot of what I've seen, especially recently, like it's been well known and a lot of people have like liked it to begin with.
That's fair.
But there's definitely been some. I guess Tower Prep's a good example of that.
Yeah,
Show you
right.
fucking just thought that was the world and then just canceled it.
Castle Rock on Hulu, the Stephen King like universe
Explain.
show.
I know about it. Never watched it though.
It got like I think 2 seasons, but I thought it was all right. It was kind of like adapting all of Stephen King's characters to live in Castle Rock.
That's funky.
So they were all gonna like fold out. Season 1 was its own thing, but it had to do with like Shawshank and the prisoner.
Yeah.
And season 2, like Mercy Annie Wilkes,
Mhm.
she had a daughter, and this was like the origin of Annie Wilkes, like a new origin of it,
Interesting.
where like her daughter dies. Spoiler alert. At the end, and like she finally just snaps and then starts following Paul around, the author.
Oh, that's
in the book.
interesting. That's actually a movie I gotta watch because I reread that book recently. That book is fucked.
That book sends chills.
Yeah, it's fucked up. This listen through in particular, I was like, damn, what the fuck? Because like drugged up Stephen King is my favorite author of all time. Like,
Oh,
I
God.
love drugged up Stephen King because he's writing about these fucked up things.
Mm.
Pet Cemetery, I love Pet Cemetery.
Pet Cemetery is like the spookiest of them all.
Yeah, it's such a simple concept.
And
too.
Michael C. Hall voices that on
Yes,
Audible.
that's a slept on read, people. If you haven't, read that one.
Yeah, read some books on Audible, people, especially Stephen King books. They're well acted out.
Let me recommend to you people, if you're not already, if you like reading, try an audiobook out, especially like a multicast performance. The Godfather
By Mario Puzo.
Check it out. One of the best stories ever written, number one. As you know, a lot of people love the movie, but it's like the voice cast for that book is, in my opinion, better than the movies.
Yeah, it was like the first audiobook I saw that just did a different voice for each character.
It makes a difference.
But you have to make sure that you get the original audiobook recording with the multi voice actor cast, because there are other versions of the book where you'll just get one narrator and it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, that book is everything.
But also The Sicilian by Mario Puzo with the same voice cast is another great book, another great read.
Except for Michael's voice.
It's the same cast, they just use different actors.
So it can't be the same cast.
No, they use, so in The Godfather, Michael is played by Michael, right? But the guy that does Sonny in The Godfather does Michael in The Sicilian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Michael's voice is different from...
His voice is different, but that's because the main character of this book is played by Michael's voice. So, yeah.
So that guy just wants the main role.
Yeah.
I see.
I still haven't checked that one out.
It's a good one.
Haven't had the chance. What about the Sicilian, or not the Sicilian? What's the other one he wrote?
Omerta?
Omerta.
Yeah, that's the one.
That one was my favorite out of the Sicilian and Omerta. I really liked Omerta. I read that one on YouTube before we even had Audible.
Yeah, YouTube books were great. I actually read all the Godfather on YouTube before I got it on Audible, because we didn't have Audible for a long fucking time.
Without spoiling anything for you in Omerta, there's like a whole chapter with these two assassin twins. They're like mob hitmen, but they're twins.
Yep.
And they get fucking played so hard by this fucking tennis trainer bitch. I'm not gonna say anymore because I want you to read the book, but bro, that chapter is crazy.
I fucking believe it.
So yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna say anymore, but like when you read that book and you get to that chapter, we need to talk. Do we have that book on Audible?
Not that I know of.
What is the book?
Omerta.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we have it. I do not. I think we might have the Sicilian, but I know we don't have Omerta.
Nate, have you read The Life of Pi?
No.
I think you'd like that one, and because you didn't read the original, you won't be tarnished. Because we had a copy with the original narrator, and they changed the narrators on our copy, and I'm pissed about it.
Yeah, the original one's a lot better. I prefer the original narration.
It's like a classic Indian accent in the original, and in this one, it's like a present-day American Indian accent, and I don't like it.
It's not the same. Yeah, I meant to ask you, did you finish Under the Dome?
No, I never got to it. I know I got to the part where, I don't know, they're picking up the pink cube or whatever, or the cube in the field.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you pretty much finished it.
Pretty much. I got 6 hours left on it, but
I'm interested because they made a show of Under the Dome.
Yeah.
And Big Jim Rennie is played by Dean Norris.
yeah, I started watching that with my girlfriend.
How was it? Not the book.
They're not following it to the T.
That's-
and it's
yeah.
like taking some weird directions.
Speaking of following to the T, The Last of Us though,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like spot on to the game.
So far, yeah. Like they even like picked out Sarah's shirt from the game. Like they made that shirt.
Yeah,
to be real.
that was impressive. I think what I'm gonna do is what I told you about. I'm gonna play the game, but only play it up until each episode. You know what I'm saying?
You should stream that.
Yeah, it'd be cool. So I'm gonna go play that first part that the first episode covered, and then I'm just gonna beat it in that order too. It's gonna be cool.
But if they do something in the show that you can't do in the game, I know it's been true to it so far, but they're only one episode in.
We do a workaround, and based on what I've read, it's gonna be like the most accurate adaptation of a video game. So it's like I think they're gonna nail most of it.
Yeah, there was like some people saying that they didn't read the source material.
No,
but
so
they
what
must have.
what that
because
is
they got
is-
some like serious like 1-to-1 like frames in there.
Well, they changed one big part of it that
With
was
the fungus.
yeah, and the whole like gas mask thing. They changed that aspect of it. I can't remember their reasoning for it, but it's like it doesn't impact it that much.
It might just be like it'll mess with like the flow of the show.
Yeah, I don't know. It's HBO, which is another thing too. When you get shows like The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, HBO knows what they're fucking doing. And I didn't finish it, but The Wire was really good. What I watched of it.
Oh, I haven't gotten to The Wire.
I watched 2 seasons of The Wire, and I thought it was really fucking good. But I got distracted with something else and never went back to it.
Kenobi.
No, it was something. It was something dumb. I think.
I'm really pissed that I watched that entire fucking show for, I don't know, 5 minutes that I could have just waited till the last episode was out.
What show?
What show?
Kenobi.
Oh, yeah.
Kenobi was bad.
Kenobi was really bad, but the last 30 minutes of the last episode gave me chills and an erection.
And rightfully so. That part was epic.
That was epic.
But it's like
They could have just made a short
They
out
should-
of that.
They
and-
should have done the whole series. Like, sorry to cut you off, by the way, but
It's okay.
they should have just done a whole series way before the time they did it.
I want a piece from that same time period, just with Anakin being the main, like, call it Vader instead of Kenobi, and
Yeah.
his point of view.
We need more Vader point of view.
no, you know what we need, and I'm speaking for the people. I'm speaking for the Star Wars
I know what you're
community
gonna
here.
say.
We need Darth Bane, and we need him either animated
Yeah.
or live action. I don't care. Just give me Bane.
I want him animated. They would do so
Yeah.
much more
Yeah.
with a TV show, an animated
That's what
TV
I'm
show.
saying, dude.
No
You,
limits.
you do 3 seasons, 1 season for each book.
An animated Bane, so that we get a live action Keanu Reeves fucking Revan.
Ooh, good choice for Revan. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man. I really want to see Bane come to the TV. Darth Bane is the coolest piece of Star Wars lore I've ever fucking heard.
Nate, have you read those books?
I read the first one.
Nate, read the other fucking
Yeah,
2.
it-
You know how we
it
were
just gets
talking about
better.
giving each other assignments and watching movies and stuff? Read the Bane books.
Whole ass book.
Not a whole lot, but started at least.
Yeah. All right.
And honestly, the sound effects and stuff
I
just
know,
make
they're
it
so
so much
good.
better. But it's an epic telling of the Sith Lord.
Have you ever read another audiobook with sound effects?
Yeah, well, kinda. There was some Stephen King book, and it would just like make wind effects. Oh no, it was the one he narrated himself. Needful
Needful Things.
Things, and like
Fuck.
remember
Needful
the
Things
Elvis
is-
scene?
Holy fuck, dude. Yeah.
There was like this woman. I can't remember exactly, but you buy something, the thing is cursed, so it's like you're under its spell or whatever. But she buys like this record, and it's like an Elvis record, and so like she puts it on at night all alone, and Elvis will come to her in her bedroom,
And just like touch her sexually for hours on end. This book is wild.
and this like music will play in the audiobook, and it's just like this crappy disco beat.
That magic moment.
It's
And
so,
I can't help falling in love with you.
you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Hound dog.
That's so fucked up.
Is it? Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so you walk into a room, right? Sitting in the room are Stephen King, Tim Burton, and Johnny Depp. In a case in the center of the room is $100 million.
All three.
All three of them are there.
Yep.
For the $100 million, you have to hurt one of these three men's feelings.
Tim Burton.
Okay.
No problem.
You heard that I said feelings, right?
Yeah. No
How
problem.
would you go about it?
Your movies are fucking bad. The people that follow you are fucking freaks, and they're the type of people that love Halloween, and they love Halloween because they're freaks all year round, but it's the only time of year it's acceptable to be a freak.
Who's the weirdest person in that group of people?
Probably Johnny Depp.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. He likes to get into it a little more. I feel like Burton sees it in his head, and then he just produces it.
I mean, I would argue that Stephen King is probably the weirdest one out of the three.
He is the weirdest.
He's a main boy.
Okay, yeah, and he's a different kind of main boy too.
Mm.
And think about it. There's a child orgy in it.
There is not a child orgy in it. There is a child rape scene in it.
It's nasty.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He can get weird. Think about it. All of his books, especially from like the 80s and shit, we were just talking about it. It's
Like The Shining?
Yeah, The Shining is wild, bro. The Shining is probably it's my favorite horror movie of all time.
Oh,
I know
gotcha.
that for a fact. The movie's great, obviously, but the book is really phenomenal.
That's another great read on Audible.
That is a good read on Audible.
See, my favorite Stephen King movie is one of his worst books.
Is it The Mist?
No.
What's your favorite Stephen King movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
That's fair. That's fair. It's very respectable.
Yeah, it was only like a short story.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he co-authored it with somebody, I believe.
It's true. What do you guys think of The Green Mile? Because
Green Mile is one of my favorite books.
That was
Yeah.
like one of the first movies to make me cry.
Yeah, it was brutal. I remember watching that when I was younger.
Real
Fucked
tired
up.
balls.
Balls.
I had nightmares at a young age. When I saw the electric chair with the sponge,
Yep.
that fucked me up, bro. I was like, damn.
Fucking Percy, bro. Why is
Fucking
Percy always a
Percy.
prick?
Always, it's just one of those names.
I guess so, dude.
Percy. Roll on one.
And there's like another Stephen King book. I don't know. Have you read Duma Key?
No.
All right. So this fucking guy breaks all his like legs, and he's like a construction worker, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go take some time in Florida to heal myself and just paint the sunset." And like he's like painting and shit, and he like starts seeing these visions and starts like painting pirate ships. And like he keeps seeing ships on the water that like aren't there. Anywho, there's like a evil porcelain doll named Percy in that book.
Of course there is.
It's just funky. Like,
Do
Stephen-
dolls creep you guys
I
out?
don't like
They
dolls.
used to.
I don't like dolls.
Really?
Not a fan.
I
Fuck
wasn't
dolls.
able to watch Child's Play for the longest time because I get so scared.
See, dolls don't bother me at all, but I used to have nightmares about fucking Schmeagol or Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I used to dream that guy was under my bed almost every night. And then I started smoking fucking pot, and I haven't had a dream since. And I'm really terrified that if I stop smoking
You'd
pot,
see Schmeagol again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to start doing drugs so you could avoid Schmeagol.
dude, whatever.
You know that internet trend people talk about the Hat Man?
Yeah.
You like take too much Benadryl or you're off the fucking NyQuil.
If I
You
don't
see
smoke pot, I see Schmeagol.
Yeah, I see the Hat Man.
Yep.
And just I still dream all the time, and it's
I don't.
always funky as
I
fuck.
don't
A
at
lot of
all.
people tell me that. I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
I do sometimes.
I think I put myself in a sedative state so hard during the day with how much pot I smoke before I go to bed because like I don't smoke during the day because I
Yeah.
work. But after I get home, I take so many fucking dabs that I'm so high that I just sleep so hard.
Blackout every night.
No,
Yeah, it's
literally.
when I was like doing that, when I was going to bed blackout high, that's when I wasn't dreaming. There's something about it.
Yeah, and
I
I've
can
heard
never have
Joe
a
say
dream.
that like when he does sober October, he starts having like really aggressive, violent dreams because he stops smoking pot.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Because he doesn't. He says he doesn't really dream all that often when he is smoking pot.
Yeah.
And I've heard other people say that too. They don't really dream when they smoke
Yeah.
pot.
Yeah,
and
it
I-
kind of shuts it down.
Yeah.
Well, if I keep smoking pot and don't have dreams about Schmeagol, it's a win-win.
I think so.
What if it was like a good dream about Schmeagol?
Like he's in one of his good moods. Like
Yeah, like
master.
Cut him.
He's all like,
But you know,
let me take you to the mountain.
before he killed his cousin.
Yeah, right.
Before he saw the ring.
Still not cool.
Oh, hey, what's up,
Yeah.
man?
The actor that plays him, though, I would like to meet him. He's in my dream blunt circle.
He's in a lot of things. What's his name?
Andy something. Nate, can you look it
Yeah,
up?
look him up because I'm pretty sure he's like well known for a bunch of stuff other than.
Have you ever
Gollum.
seen Inkheart?
Yo, with Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in that. He's the bad guy. And he always plays the bad guy. He's also Caesar in the new Rise of the Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Anything with like CGI and ape-like movement, I feel like he's a part of because he's like, yeah, Andy fucking Shrekus. Circus.
Where else did I
Shrekus.
fucking see? Yeah, he's in Lord of the Rings too.
Yeah.
He's
He's
No, but
Gollum.
he's something else besides Gollum.
What else did he play in Lord? He's
Maybe
a
I'm-
director.
Maybe
I know.
maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Oh, he's Claw in Black Panther.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen Black Panthers.
No, but yeah, look, this is all making sense now. Speaking of Brendan Fraser, though, do you guys want to go see that new movie of his that just
The
came
Whale.
out?
That he
Yeah,
just-
The Whale.
Yeah, I
Uh,
want to see that.
I haven't been to the movies since like
In so long.
2015.
Yeah, I want to see it because Brendan Fraser is a great actor and he
Yeah,
hasn't
no, yeah.
acted in a movie
Right.
in years.
Uh-huh.
He
I'm
was in
excited for
Doom
that.
Patrol for a little while.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like the DC.
No, that would do it.
Yep.
That would do it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he was in the Batman?
Probably a bad guy.
Probably.
Mm.
Either way, that's cool as fuck.
Yeah, he basically came up with the like new tech, not came up with, but he perfected the fucking how people act with these suits.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's
King of motion cap.
yeah, literally, he's literally the mastermind behind it.
Mocap is sick. I would
It
love to
is.
do mocap for like a movie or a video
be
game or
great.
something.
Uh-huh.
That'd be really fucking sweet. Yeah, they got the dots on the face. Mocap is really cool.
I want to make a Viking comedy about Nate and his ancestors.
The Norseman, but it's Baltic edition.
Yeah, literally.
Did you see The Northman?
Yeah.
Epic.
That movie was crazy.
That movie was really fucking cool.
If it has swords and crusades and or
Raids.
genocide, I'm all about it.
Did you see The Green Knight?
Green Knight?
A24 medieval knight movie.
Mm-mm.
Intro. It was like
Wasn't that supposed to be like Robin Hood?
no. No, it was
Oh,
based.
King Arthur.
Well, it was one of the stories from King Arthur. What the fuck? There's so many of them because you know how he's all the knights of the Round Table,
Mhm.
Sir, and
Are you
then
talking about fucking what's his name?
Gallivant, maybe
Not Gallivant. Fucking his most famous knight.
Lancelot.
Yeah.
No, I think it was Gallivant.
Okay, my bad.
Either way, though, it's like, well, yeah, look it up. It's cool. It was really dull in a lot of parts, but some of the things in it were just really fucking dope.
You know what movie I suggest if you like movies that are medieval that I would suggest would be I don't know where you can find this one, but it's called Nightfall.
Yo, Nightfall was dope.
Okay,
If it's
so
the
you-
one I'm thinking about.
It was on Netflix at one point in time. It was a TV show and a movie. The movie is what I'm talking about.
I don't think I've seen the movie.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm about it though.
It was really fucking good.
Templar shit.
It's on VidAngel.
That's exactly what it is. So the premise of it is that this guy is with the Grand Master right around the time that the Templars start getting persecuted as witches and shit. Do you know about that, right, Nate?
I know nothing about the Crusades.
Okay, so for a quick little history lesson, to my understanding and what I remember, it's been a while since I brushed up on it, but after the Crusades finally get over, I believe it was the King of France at the time. The Grand Master of the Knights Templar basically started getting too much power, and the King of France, because at this time the papacy was in France and not Rome, was like, hey, listen, I think we should like excommunicate some of these guys. I think they're worshiping the devil. So the guys that have basically been fighting for the Holy Lands in the name of the fucking Pope and all of Christendom come home after claiming the fucking Holy Land in the name of the French king, come home to like relax after, winning a fucking war. And he's like, yeah, actually, you guys are witches, and we're going to burn you at the stake now for being traitors to the fucking...
So, like, Vietnam vets coming home?
pretty much, yeah. And so in this movie, he, like, is walking the Grand Master back to his temple, and, like, they get arrested, and the Grand Master, like, refuses to be arrested and, like, gets his tongue cut off in the square and like takes an axe to the chest, and then his knights like freak out, start killing people, and the main character like takes off and runs. And it's got like it's been a really long time since I've seen it, but it had like I've never seen all of the Game of Thrones, but the Hound, I think his name is, the guy that protects the princess. He had a kind of relationship with like a farm kid for the rest of the movie, because he like takes off and pretends that he's not like a knight, but he hasn't, like, he took a vow of silence after the Grand Master died, so he doesn't talk for like half of the movie. And he like shows up at this farm, and they like give him some food and give him a job, and he like starts taking care of the family basically because their dad just died or whatever.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, and he like falls in love with the mom, and that's how the rest of the movie goes, and they finally get him to talk or whatever. And that's the movie, but
Happy ending?
yeah, I don't remember.
Hard to say.
Probably. Me and Haley watched one the other day that I've been trying to find forever, and I finally fucking found it illegally on YouTube. And it was The Kingdom of Heaven, but it's got to be the director's cut because the theatrical cut is ass. The director, it's like 3.5 hours long.
Jeez.
But it is probably the best Crusade movie I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of Crusade movies. It's about King Baldwin, the leper, who was probably the most powerful king of all Jerusalem. And he was just a badass. He was a leper, so he was weak and frail, but he stopped Saladin from reclaiming Jerusalem a couple times at like the age of 16.
Epic.
And was, a leper, so that couldn't have been easy.
Badass.
Yeah.
The struggle. Shout out to all the lepers out there. We're here for you.
Seriously, if you're a leper and watching, email us at effingBrothers@gmail.com.
Oh, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Effin' Brothers Pod.
Yeah, but there's so many fucking big actors in that movie. Orlando Bloom is the main character. Liam Neeson plays his father. Fucking the actor that plays Mad Eye Moody is in it. Who else is in it? There's so many fucking big characters in it.
All-star cast, though, nonetheless.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You had brought up the Simon Pegg actor that's going to be in the new Legacy game.
Yeah.
Who is that headmaster?
Phineas Nigellus.
Nigellus.
Did you read the books at all?
I just don't
So
remember.
he
a lot.
is Sirius Black's like
Great
grandfather or something like that.
Great grandfather.
Wow.
And he's like known to be the most hated headmaster of all time.
Well, there's our
He-
antagonist.
he was a Slytherin.
He was also the last Slytherin headmaster since Snape.
Wow.
Yeah. But he's funny as fuck in the book because he's just like a snide fucking asshole.
Yeah, because he's one of the portraits in Dumbledore's office, and in the later books, Dumbledore uses him a lot because he's got a portrait in Grimmauld Place, which is the headquarters of the Order of the Phoenix. So from his office at school, he can send direct messages to people at the Order headquarters through Phineas.
Right.
And so Phineas is actually a really important character. And without Phineas, you could argue that Harry, Ron, and Hermione would have never been able to continue hunting Horcruxes without him, actually.
That's true. But bottom line is that Simon Pegg will indeed be playing him in the game.
That's pretty cool.
The game's actually, I mean, they're setting it up to be really good. You can link your Pottermore account with it right now.
Wow.
Will it sort you into the house you're in?
Yeah, if you've already created an account and done that, or you can like refresh it and like make it new starting. But there's going to be like a sorting ceremony on game launch day.
That's kind of cool.
It is pretty cool, honestly. I can't even lie.
Yeah, so I think it comes out February 10th.
We're getting close. It's like 3-4 weeks away, something like that.
It's exactly... Well, tomorrow's the 20th, right?
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's 20 days away.
Yeah, we should
Tomorrow.
definitely all stream that.
Yeah,
together.
we should. We should. That'll be our next stream after our Civ game, which we're finishing next month, people.
We're all going to get sorted into different houses.
Well, yeah.
It's going to be a fucking Ravenclaw.
No, if I link my Pottermore, I'm going to Gryffindor.
That's fair.
Or
But you could also get sorted into Hufflepuff loser.
Fuck no.
not groundskeeper.
Not groundskeeper. No, I'd be fine with being the groundskeeper. Fuck being Filch, dude. Not Filch.
Yeah, facts. Big facts. That'd be epic. No, I don't know where I'm gonna end up. It's kind of scary to think about starting a new
Well, you
school.
go where you want.
Yeah, but where do I want?
Come with Gryffindor. You brave little soul.
You're a Ravenclaw and you know it.
But I'm a Hufflepuff and I know it.
Yeah.
But I'm a Slytherin and I know it.
You're ambitious.
That's a fact. But I'm also like not a coward and also like smart,
Yep.
but also like kooky.
Yep.
So I match all the criteria
I-
for all the
for all-
houses. So
You're also a lot of everything else, which is a big Hufflepuff thing.
yeah, we'll see what happens, right?
You're
Hey, Cedric Diggory was a fucking Hufflepuff.
Yeah, and he was a pretty good one.
The greatest wizard I ever knew.
Really one of the only
shot.
really distinguished Hufflepuffs, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's the only Hufflepuff I remember.
there's another one.
Ernie McMillan.
Yeah, thank you.
Too easy. Big,
But
big
who else?
Hufflepuff.
That's it, right?
Yeah, I think that's
And
it.
Ernie never really did anything special.
He
He's
was
just
there.
he just is got the most lines.
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact. Man, I haven't reread those in a while. What's your
should.
favorite movie? I think we've talked about this before, but what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is 5, the Order of the Phoenix. My favorite book is 6, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Or Half-Blood Prince?
Yeah, thank
Wow.
you. That was a big uh-oh.
Yeah, I can't even lie. I think the third one's the most fun. I think it's the best movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3.
But I draw the line at 4 too, because like 4 is one of my favorites.
4 is really good, except I can't stand the haircuts.
Yeah, they're bad.
Like, who let them grow their own haircuts for that movie?
Yeah, they were shaggy boys.
Yeah,
in that
both of them.
Yeah, they were both very shaggy.
Even Fred and George.
It's a fact.
Harry was supposed to have like shaggy hair.
He was going through puberty at the time.
Yeah.
And that's you know how that is. Oy.
Oy.
The magic though. The first one though, or like even like if you don't care about the like franchise as a whole, the first movie is like a cinematic masterpiece in a lot of ways. Just
It's
like
because it introduces you to the magic.
it's magical. I can't think of another word for it. And the special effects are really good
The
too.
rowing of the boats towards the castle.
Yeah, I love
like,
that.
seeing that all for the first time.
The way they filmed like the Great Hall scenes with all the candles, they used fishing lines
Oh, wow.
to hold up all the candles on the ceilings
So
to
they
make
just,
it look like the candles were just floating in midair. Because the way they shot it, the camera didn't catch like the line because it's so thin.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a really like cool cinematic piece. The guy that directed it knew what he was fucking doing, and that's just a big old fact.
Who did direct?
I think Chris Columbus, I believe, is the guy's name, but I could
He
be very
did
wrong
the
about
first two.
Yep.
And then they had a different director for 3, 4, and 5, and a different one for.
Yeah.
And then Dumbledore died.
Yeah, so
Dumbledore died at the end of 2.
Yeah. And then they got a new Dumbledore, who I actually liked better as Dumbledore.
That's why he's not in the third movie, though.
That's a fact.
Really, all that much. He's in like 2 minutes of the movie because they didn't want to like.
He's really not in the book at all either.
Well, I mean, that book is about Sirius Black.
That's a big fact.
Yeah. Dumbledore shows up at the end, and he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this has been all behind the scenes."
And he's in the book more than you imagine.
No, I read it like recently. He's not in it that much compared to the other ones.
Oh no, most definitely.
Like, I think it's the book he's in it the least out of all the books.
No, you could argue that he's in it the least in 5.
I don't buy that.
He's purposely avoiding Harry in 5.
But he's still brought up all the time. He's still mentioned all the time.
That's
fair.
He
stays
you're
relevant.
right. No, you're right. Everyone is literally just talking about Sirius Black in the third one.
Yeah.
It's Sirius Black and Harry Potter.
And it's not like, the usual Dumbledore thing is that Dumbledore thought Sirius was guilty, Yeah. He never, had those hatchlings of a plan sorted out like he did in the other ones.
Which is kind of like... I saw a post today that there's a theory out there that... So you know how on the fucking Marauders map that they saw, Lupin saw Pettigrew's name?
Yeah.
And Harry saw Pettigrew's name, but, Fred and George never did?
Yeah.
And so there's, a theory that Fred and George never saw it and that they just made a mistake in the movie because Harry never really sees Pettigrew's name on the map in the book until Lupin sees it later. And there's a theory out there that Lupin, it hides the 4 creators off the map.
Yeah.
But Lupin took that enchantment off the map when he found it on Snape's desk or whatever, or wherever he found it but there's so many plot holes in that.
There's a lot of plot holes throughout the entire series.
Well, yeah,
but I try to ignore them because the magic.
No, yeah,
and when you find plot holes, it becomes less magical.
How do you guys feel about how people are calling they're boycotting the game because it's have you seen the tags attached to it?
No, but my impression was that people were associating it with brawling in general, and obviously they've tried to cancel her. Yeah, exactly.
One of the tags attached to it is Genocide Simulator.
I don't know why that deserves a boycott. I'm more inclined to play it now.
That's literally what I'm saying.
No, absolutely. That I like things in video games that push boundaries that are afraid of a little genocide.
I'm going to eradicate the entire race of goblins.
They should allow you to do stuff like that.
I'm going to cleanse the wizarding world of those fucking green little scumbags.
The genocide career path.
Mm-hmm.
When you take your OWLs.
Bruh, if I can do unforgivable curses, I will walk around torturing fucking goblins.
Either way.
Yeah, they're all going to be available.
Yeah, this game is going to be a lot of fucking fun. I have a lot of hopes for this fucking game, and obviously it could bomb, but I think if it bombs, I'm still going to enjoy it just because I've been waiting for it for so long.
Yeah, creating your own wizard.
Yeah.
This game is going to be my version of fucking Skyrim.
In a lot of ways, yeah. And that's why I only hope that it lives up to my expectations.
I can't wait to play it.
I can't wait to play Quidditch.
I hope because it's next gen, we'll be able to do some kind of multiplayer dueling.
I think they'll add that later, probably.
Like a dueling club type situation.
I believe you can just get in a party.
So dueling club's a thing. They've announced it, and you're going to be able to participate in dueling club in game, but they haven't announced anything about online play yet.
Okay. I would be fine if it was just game with just the campaign, kind of like how everyone played Red Dead and they just played the campaign.
Yeah, so it's an open world, so you'll
Yeah.
have story missions and side missions and like collectibles and
Yeah, but GTA has a huge open world and a huge online fucking platform.
oh yeah.
So hopefully eventually there will be a Hogwarts where we can all load into and go fuck around in the castle
Yeah.
together.
So
Or,
a single player experience and only features PvE content.
That's kind of dumb.
I'm
I was-
okay with that. I'm fine with that, and that's what I always expected it to be.
I mean, I was kind of going in thinking you'd be able to pair up.
No.
have you guys seen the leaks of the Ubisoft Star Wars game?
No, I mean, I've heard a couple things, but I haven't, like,
Yeah, I
seen
mean,
it.
it's very, not a lot is known about it at the moment. But,
Go ahead.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But what is known is that it's going to be like Assassin's Creed Odyssey via Star Wars universe, which is cool. I fuck with it. I'm excited for that one, too.
I saw a couple clips that were I don't know if they were like whatever, but real or legit. But what I saw it looked like straight up Star Wars stuff, and it looked like Star Wars stuff from no movie or game I've ever seen, and I've seen them all.
Was it just, like, a bunch of action going on? Because I've watched a couple videos, and they only played, Battlefront footage from EA's game.
It might have been that.
Or it might have been the new Jedi Survivor game that comes out 2 months from now.
I see the person who was reviewing this thing blatantly said that it wasn't the Jedi fucking Survivor or whatever.
But it also could be Knights of the Old Republic remastered.
That's a good point.
I never played it growing up, but I've heard great things about it. So I'm excited to play that when it gets remastered. And I'm excited for this one too, Jedi Survivor.
I'm not.
Did you play Fallen Order?
Yeah.
Didn't like it? Didn't care for it?
not
What didn't you
really.
like about it?
I
It's
thought it was a little clunky.
it
Well,
was
it was clunky, no that, but it was an EA game. What do you expect?
Yeah.
it was a little clunky, but I was just hoping for like features from like the PlayStation 2 Battlefront 2. Like I wanted the PlayStation 2 version of Battlefront 2 to be the only Star Wars game they remade.
I get it. But I really enjoyed playing as a Jedi. Like, I love Battlefront. Battlefront's great. But, like, playing as a Jedi is just different. And not in, like, a Battlefront way.
Battlefront way, you die in, like,
I know. I'm with you. You know what bums me out is that both remakes of Battlefield were fucking shitty.
Battlefield or Battlefront?
Sorry, my bad. Like, the good old Battlefront. Capture and command post. That
Yep.
was the best.
Yeah. Star Wars has just really let me down over the last couple years.
Disney sucks, but Mando's been good. I've enjoyed Mando all along. And I thought Rogue One was good
right.
too.
That's all right. That's
The
fair.
only, yeah, that's like the only two
Yeah.
that have really delivered.
Mando's been a lot of fucking fun. I'm excited for season 3. I didn't watch the Book of Boba Fett, but I heard it was and rightfully so.
I heard it was just a Mandalorian fucking excuse to, make another season of Mandalorian.
Yeah, something like that.
Like filler in between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
basically.
But I thought Solo was bad. Did you guys see Solo?
Solo was
bad.
wicked bad.
It's
I
so
slept
bad.
through Solo.
Oh, it did. It's so bad. And then I don't care for any of the new trilogy.
Me neither.
And I watched each one, and I dreaded Rise of Skywalker, and I finally got to it, and I was like, wow, that was bad.
Pretty
Real
bad.
bad.
I've said this before, and I stand by it, but Revenge of the Sith is the best piece of Star Wars. It's the best movie.
Yeah,
real
it
quick
is.
on the latest trilogy, like they literally said in the last movie, like somehow Emperor Palpatine is back, and that was their greatest.
Yeah, like it's Star Wars. Come up with a new bad guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just felt that new trilogy was recycled content throughout the other two
the
trilogies.
same story. just
Yeah,
done
the same
again, yeah.
story. And it just,
know what sells.
Yeah, and it's like, do something original. That's why we need a Darth Bane fucking
Yeah, we do.
animated show.
This episode was brought to you by childhood disappointment. It'll keep happening if you keep letting them remake your fucking movies.
It's just as shitty when you're an adult.
Time to get original.
That's why we're here. We're going to bring original content to you people.
Not really. I mean,
We're gonna try.
We're going to
We're
do our
gonna try.
best. We're going to
Someday.
succeed. We love you. Thank you for listening.
Maybe if Disney will hire me, they'll let me make a fucking good Star Wars movie.
No, we're going to start our own studio and buy out Disney.
and replace all their films with care.
Bro, they have a 50-year head start. We're fucked.
I have a will.
And they have a way.
We don't have to get as big as them. We just got to get like our own sort of big.
Yeah, we just got to get like Warner Brothers big.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
Me too.
All right.
Nate, you working in the morning? You got to get some sleep or?
No.
Oh, day off tomorrow?
Oh. So wait a minute. Why do you have to go to bed again?
Me? I didn't
Yeah,
say
you-
I had to go to bed.
No, because you don't have to go to bed, do you?
No, I don't.
You can stay up as late as you want.
Damn right.
No, but honestly, you guys need to get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, sure,
You
sure.
get to sleep. But thank you for listening. We love you all. We'll
Yep.
see you next week.
Love yous. Thanks for listening.
You can
Especially you, Cheney Reservoir.
We love
Yes,
you.
thank you. We love you as always. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at Effin' Brothers Pod.
And be sure to listen to our podcast.
Effin'
on
Brothers Pod
Spotify.
at what?
That's it. Just at
Effin'-
Effin' Brothers Pod.
Effin' Brothers Pod.
Yeah.
All right. How do you spell that for the retards out there?
FN Brothers Pod.
Sweet. Thank you.
Effin' Brothers Pod. Follow us, love us. We'll see you next week, people.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.